Hey guys, welcome back to the Medium Source. So this reading today is all about your strengths. What are they? What kinds of skills and power do you possess inside of you that makes you unique? And I always love introspective readings like this because sometimes we're aware of some of the strengths we have, and then other times something totally unexpected and new will come up that helps us unearth some new information about ourselves, some new self-knowledge. So I'm always on board with that. I always think it's beneficial to be growing our self-awareness and applying that information to our daily life. I just think it helps life flow better, and it's always great to be as aligned as possible with who we really are at our core. So I think this reading is going to be beautiful. If you'd like to support the Medium Source, please hit the subscribe button and join this community. I would absolutely love and appreciate that. And if you'd like some information about booking personal readings or about leaving a donation for my work, all of that is linked in the description box below, as well as the timestamps for each group. So as soon as you have figured out which group is calling out to you, which one is resonating, you can go down to your timestamp and jump right ahead to your reading. We do have 3 groups today. Group 1 is the Snowflake Obsidian, Group 2 is the Ocean Jasper, and Group 3 is the Sunstone. And I just realized as I was sitting here that all of the names of the stones today have some sort of element of nature involved, which is super cool. We have snow, ocean, and sun. I think that's amazing. I just had a feeling that these stones for each group would kind of like gel together and make a wonderful reading. So I'm excited to get into it. Like we said, whenever you have chosen your group, you can jump right ahead and we will see you at your reading. Hello, Group 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Snowflake Obsidian. So obsidian is a stone that people typically seek out when they are looking for protection. And for me, obsidian has always just felt like a very intense and fierce kind of stone. So I am getting that vibe right away, Group 1, that there's something about you that makes people feel protected. I also see that you might project an aura of personal power that people pick up on, and an intensity, and maybe even for some of you there's like an air of mystery when people see you. But obviously this is not just a straight black obsidian stone. There are these gray markings along the side, kind of laying out this specific design on this stone. So with that, I do get this overwhelming feeling that there are certain experiences that have happened to you, Group 1, that have really left their mark upon you and upon the story of your life. And I feel like you carry this with you, and it influences maybe how you carry yourself in your daily life, or maybe how you see the world. I do feel like this is already a strength you possess, Group 1, that for better or for worse, there are things that you have been through that have really left an impression on you, and you kind of use that to inform the decisions that you make now. It feels like that's something that you might always do, is kind of store up things you experience and use it to make certain decisions. So I am already being urged, Group 1, to give you a message from Spirit before we even get into the cards. And it's that if you'll notice, this stone has a very interesting duality to it. There's this strong, protective, powerful element, but also this kind of gentle, gray side to it. This is the Snowflake Obsidian. So I am feeling that there's a duality to you, Group 1, where you have these strong characteristics, these powerful characteristics, but there's also a sensitivity to you that's very intense, and Spirit is urging you to let that come out, let that surface. I'm hearing for some of you, you need to feel it to heal it. I do get a little bit of grief energy. I'm not sure what you've been through, but Spirit is urging you to let that sensitivity rise up and feel your emotions to heal yourself. It's not like everything that's a part of you, all your power is like your power, and then your sensitivity is your weakness. Spirit wants you to know right away that both sides of you are your strength. So your powerful elements are a strength, your intensity is a strength, but also your sensitivity is a huge strength. You live with both, and they are both strengths for you. So that's already a message I got before we even got started. So let me just move your snowflake obsidian right up there, and we're going to get into your cards. We have Lala, the saint of spoken words. Every word I say becomes a prayer. I am the author of my own story. We were just talking about you and the story of your life. That's amazing. I'm going to do my best with the names on these cards, you guys. We have Rita of Kasha, I believe it said, the patroness of impossible causes. I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. Twice we have a message about prayer here. And lastly, we've got Joan of Arc, the warrior of light. I have a steel-like faith in myself. The angels armor me with conviction. So right away, group one of your strengths that Spirit is pointing out is the power of your words and the way you speak. I feel like this goes beyond spoken word. It feels that also when you write, the way you write is very powerful. Spirit is urging you to write, or they're saying if you're a writer, know that your words are very powerful. And group one, even if you don't speak often, it feels that when you do speak, people really listen because they know that your words are powerful. And over time, your spoken word is just going to become more and more truthful and powerful. I feel like that's also a strength of yours, is you are really aligned with the truth that you find in the world. It feels like you have this amazing sense of personal power and integrity that people will really respect across your whole lifetime. Like, you don't sacrifice what you believe in. You don't speak things that you don't believe to be true. And that is an incredible strength that you have, group one. Along with that, I have to say, like, getting the Joan of Arc card is really special. She's definitely someone in history that anytime I've ever heard about Joan of Arc, I respect her a lot. She did a lot of things that put her in danger for actually speaking the truth. She was put in danger for speaking what she believed to be true, and she took a lot of action that when I hear about it, it's like absolutely terrifying. So group one, I think that Spirit is kind of making this comparison here and saying that you dare to say and do things that others might not. Even if you don't really notice that about yourself, there's this sense of integrity and strength of character to you that is one of your greatest strengths. Also with these cards saying something about prayer here twice, it feels like Spirit is urging you to pray, because when you want something, specifically group one, it feels that when you feel that burning desire, like you can manifest things and make things happen. Like, you're very determined. I feel like a lot of determination in this group. And with being the author of your own story, it's just such an interesting thing about you, group one, is you have this duality to you in so many ways. I feel like there is something very practical and real about you. Like, you know how to be realistic and logical and make a plan, but you also have this kind of sensitive, ethereal side, this connection to source. And Spirit is telling you don't have to pick one or the other. Don't let your logical, realistic, practical side boss your sensitive side around. Don't let your realistic side try to shut down your sensitive side or tell it what to do. Both of those are a part of you. It makes up the whole of who you are. And both sides are completely valid. And it's like, when you harness both of those and accept both sides of you and integrate them and can use them, it's like an ultimate strength. It's like a warrior. You'll be able to get through so many challenges in life by having that sort of intuitive foresight and being able to make practical decisions. It's like, I can see you integrating in this next, part of your life. I see you integrating those sides of yourself more and more to where you really can harness both to kind of, act out whatever will you see fit. So I see this amazing thing where you also have a very good balance between believing in destiny and free will. I see that it's like a lot of people struggle with this. They either believe that everything is destined and then they kind of give up on their power of choice. They give their power of choice and free will away, or they believe that everything is their choice, and then some people kind of lose sight of the fact that we are being supported in a synchronistic universe. And I feel like you feel the power of both of those things and you accept both, and that's a strength in and of itself. So I see you knowing that you're supported as you go through life, but also making sure that the pen is in your hand, that you are writing your story. Another message from Spirit that you are being urged to write. So we're going to get into some of your tarot now really quick. You did get a lot of cards. We're just going to see what comes out. I felt that I had to take all of them. So we have King of Swords, Six of Swords, the Empress, Four of Cups. We have Three of Coins, Ten of Wands, and King of Coins. Group 1, Spirit is really highlighting, I feel like you are kind of coming out as the King of Swords energy, regardless of whether you are male or female. There's some of this King of Swords energy here where you're very intellectual, and they are highlighting, again, the power of your thoughts and the power of your words. They are saying that your thoughts are very powerful, so make sure that you are really focused on the things you want to manifest. And Spirit is also affirming for you that if you fear you will not succeed, I almost hear Spirit laughing because they're almost saying like Group 1 is so determined, of course they will succeed. They know how to apply their efforts properly. So, and I even feel like as I'm reading you, Group 1, I'm using all this vocabulary that's just coming to my mouth that I haven't used in so long. So it just really feels like words and language are a skill of yours. But yeah, with this King of Coins here, it's affirming for you that you will succeed. I get a lot of transition energy here with the Six of Swords. Again, with this story energy throughout your reading, it feels that the tarot here is kind of telling me a story of your life, and I see a lot of transition. This may have been a lot of moving or a lot of restructuring of the family system or a lot of changing schools or work locations. It just feels like a lot of change and transition, and Spirit is almost showing me these swords on this card like medals that you've earned for everything that you've experienced. Like each experience gave you another medal around your neck of something new that you now know how to deal with. So all of your effort has been very valuable. Like Spirit wants you to know that. With the Empress card here, the Four of Cups, this is a kind of specific message with this story, but it feels for some of you, I feel a lot of like feminine energy around you, and it feels almost like two females kind of conflicting over something. You know, take that as it resonates, but for some of you, there's kind of this mother energy or like trying to live up to mother expectations or make sure the mother approves of certain choices that you make, or for some of you, very specifically, it feels like the mother approving of the partner you choose. There's something like that. Yeah, and it's like Spirit is telling me with the Ten of Wands that you've been carrying a lot of burdens, maybe related to some feminine energy around you and what they've kind of put on you. You've been carrying a lot of burdens to take care of feminine energy that's around you or just take care of other people, and Spirit really wants you to turn that focus inward now and focus on yourself. You have all these manifesting abilities to manifest success, and Spirit wants you to worry about manifesting your own success. Spirit is saying that with this Four of Cups energy here, if there's someone around you that makes you feel that without you their cup won't be full, that's not really fair. Spirit wants you to know that you cannot fill their cup until you fill your own cup. So you really, at this time, need to focus on filling your own cup, and then you'll be able to help others. But it kind of needs to be about you now, and you need to release some of these burdens. I feel that you are very strong. One of your strengths is being someone that people can turn to for advice, for counseling, for protection, just for help in life. And Spirit is saying to me that if you've been through kind of an energy of grief, or there's a lot of transition and there's something that you need to grieve, you really need to let yourself grieve that and focus on you right now, because it's really hard to help other people when you can't heal yourself as well. It just becomes like too much, and Spirit wants you to not put so much pressure on yourself anymore. Even if other people have put pressure on you, they want you to release some of these burdens and start focusing on community and friendship. That may be something that you're craving, is making new friends or having more of a sense of community and lightheartedness and playfulness in your circle. I say circle as I'm like looking at this coin on this card, a lot of circles here. So yeah, Spirit is emphasizing your circle of people or your circle of friends, that it's totally okay to put down some burdens and let some new people in and have some fun. Again, like, it's one thing to be strong, but I actually also hear that one of your strengths may be your sense of humor and your sense of fun. So allow that duality of yourself again to shine through, and know that you will have success. You will have success, especially if you really create it for yourself. I feel this switch flipping for you at some point, where the success you want to manifest really becomes about you and what you want. And it's kind of this excitement. So know that you have the strength and determination to manifest all the success that you are wanting. And with your intellect and everything you have to offer, you will definitely be able to figure these things out. So we're going to get into these cards real quick of Spirit's kind of advice and other notes about the strengths that you have. So we have courage. There's a lot of lion symbolism here with I don't know, I get that from Joan of Arc and all the yellow on these cards. There's a lot of lion symbolism. We have see the signs. We have wash away your burdens. Stay strong. And we have change is unavoidable. Okay, group 1. These are really beautiful cards. I do feel, it's like, where do we start? I do feel like with see the signs, another strength that you may have is kind of this connection to source. You may have some sort of intuitive ability or psychic ability where you can see pathways opening up in front of yourself and other people. You may have some sort of foresight or be able to recognize patterns very well. And Spirit is saying this is a strength that you possess, and to call on it whenever you need it, and to trust that everything you've been through has shown you what you do and do not want in life, and you know how to recognize the signs. Spirit wants you to trust yourself in that. With wash away your burdens and stay strong here with the dragon energy, this is affirming exactly what we said before about releasing some of these burdens that you've been carrying. I think you've been carrying too much and been putting too much pressure on yourself. And notice how in this card, she's smiling because she's released her burdens, but there are all these tears falling from her eyes. It's a lot of it feels like a lot of, it's feathers, but it also looks like water running down. I feel, again, like Spirit is urging you, if there's something you need to emotionally let out, please let that surface and let it out. Again, they're saying feel it to heal it. When difficult situations arise and there is change, Spirit is saying a lot of different emotions might come up, but in the moments where you need to be more sensitive or just feel straight up sad about things that have played out the way they have, that's perfectly okay, and just let that sensitivity come out, because that's also one of your strengths. I mean, Spirit is urging you to think of all the times that your sensitivity has served you in this life, and made things better for you or made things easier. Like all the times that your sensitivity has really helped you when you've needed it, and all the people that you've helped with it. Spirit is saying that you wouldn't be able to tune into so many people and be the kind of person that so many people respect if you couldn't relate to them whatsoever. And it's your sensitivity that allows you to relate and put yourself in their shoes and be the leader that you are. So with the change is unavoidable card, kind of finishing off your reading, I feel like this is kind of a new strength that you've developed by realizing that change is a natural part of life, and I feel you being less and less afraid of transition and change because life does have different seasons, life has an ebb and flow, and I feel you finding a sense of peace and calm on the interior no matter what's happening around you, and really just making peace with the fact that life is about change and you can be steady throughout all of it. So group 1, congratulations on all the growth that you've been through. Spirit is so proud of you. They really want you to stay strong through change and know that you can handle anything that comes your way and that success is coming to you, abundance is coming to you. And that's all I have for you, group 1. If this resonated at all, or if there's anything you'd like to share, please like this video, comment down below, and share your experience. And know that I appreciate you guys so much, and we will see you again soon in another reading. Hi, group 2. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Ocean Jasper. So Ocean Jasper is a stone that helps us with our emotional stability. It helps us with letting go. It also is a stone that helps us be present and helps align our chakras so that we can have more emotional unification. So I do feel group 2, maybe this is something you went through recently or something you're going through now, but I do get an energy of letting go. So perhaps there's something that you let go of in your recent past or that you're currently working through letting go of. And Spirit is already congratulating you for doing this with as much grace as possible. You know, it's a regular part of life to have to let go sometimes, and sometimes the most you can do is just try to do it with grace. It's not always easy, but Spirit is congratulating you for trying to be graceful about this. So that was your first message. We're going to move your Ocean Jasper right over here and get into your cards. And the names on these cards have been a little tough for me, but I'm going to do my best with the pronunciation. Your first card is Sarada Devi, the Divine Mother. Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. We have Fatima, the Mother of Imams. Love is my lineage and gratitude is my religion. And we have Akilanda, the goddess of never not broken. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. Okay, group 2, there's a really big emphasis on love here. The first strength I am hearing you have is really understanding unconditional love. Really, I feel like you guys have a grasp of this. You know what it is to love without conditions. And I get that this is probably tough sometimes because there are a lot of examples in our society and in our world these days of love that does come with conditions, and I can see that this might be frustrating for you, group 2, because you really do get it. You get what it is to just love people for who they are. And let's not get it confused here. I do feel that you understand that you're not always going to agree with everybody. Like, it's okay to have a difference of opinion, but everyone deserves a basic level of human respect and decency, and I feel like you truly understand that. One of your gifts that you offer to the world, group 2, is that you make people really feel heard. I hear that, like, you really make people feel that they've been witnessed and seen and listened to and heard. And it doesn't mean that you're listening and agreeing with everything they're saying, but you'll hold that space for people and really let them share their story or share their opinions without judgment. And I feel like this is something that you know how to do because you have been judged. I do feel group 2 like you know what it feels like to be judged for what you do for work, or what you decide to wear, or who you decide to love, or what you look like. I feel that the word judgment really stood out to me on this card because, yeah, you've been judged. I mean, I'm looking at the 3 women on these cards, and for some reason, like, their appearance, what they're wearing, how they look, it's sticking out to me a lot. Like, maybe you've been judged for your skin color, or judged for, who you got involved with romantically, or how you decide to dress yourself, but that's not a way to be treating people. Like, no one should be treated that way, and I feel like you truly understand that. Like, you hold space for people to just be a little different. Like, people can be a little weird. There is a wide spectrum of what human beings, what we show up as in life and how we want to live, and I feel like you really let people do that. It doesn't mean you always agree with it, but you won't be judgmental towards people about it because you don't think that that's fair and you don't like how it feels to be judged yourself. So it is a strength that you possess to hold that space for people. So on this other card here, gratitude is my religion is really sticking out to me. Spirit is saying that your attitude of gratitude carries you very far. Spirit is reminding you to always be grateful, and Spirit is happy for the times that you have been grateful for the little things in life because it helps you continue to be this resilient person who continues to persevere. One of your strengths is definitely your resiliency. It feels that you have stood back up again and again. I mean, on this other card here, we have the broken card, the never not broken card. And it feels that, you are vulnerable and you know how to keep getting back up again and again. So resiliency is definitely one of your strengths, but Spirit is also so proud of you for being grateful through it all. And I'm not sure what this is behind this woman. Maybe it's like this little circle or a parasol or something like that. But the symbols on here to me are looking like nature, and they also kind of look like music notes. So I feel like that's a message for you, group 2. Maybe you have a lot of plant babies, or you need to get out in nature a little more. And with me also seeing music notes here, it feels like maybe you write music or you love music, but it feels like music and nature are 2 things that maybe heal you a lot, or things that you have been able to be grateful for across the years, and they are 2 resources that you will always be able to go back to. So Spirit is just reminding you of the resources that you will always have. And I am just getting a note with some of you that you need to play more music. Okay, so then with this card over here, when I read everything happens for my liberation, it feels that one of the amazing things that you've done, group 2, is you've freed yourself. In some way, you have liberated yourself from perhaps other people's opinions, or you've liberated yourself from a difficult situation or a stressful situation, or you've just freed yourself by opening up to the potential of your personality and who you are. So that is another strength that you possess, is you have in the past set yourself free, and it's filled you with all sorts of personal power. So that's really something to be proud of. I'm hearing from Spirit that you really know how to balance your masculine and feminine energies. This is another strength that you possess. I feel like you know when to take the time to reflect inward and be introspective, and then you know when to break out and take action and harness that masculine energy. So there's something almost hypnotic about it, or entrancing about it. When people meet you and you're so balanced in both energies, it's I feel that sometimes people don't even know what to do with it. They're just kind of blown away that you are both. You can be both. And it's it's amazing. It's something that you offer to the world, and it feels that if you have any sort of following or people that watch what you do, you really inspire them by being authentically who you are. You really give other people the permission to liberate themselves too. So let's get into your tarot and see what else Spirit has to say. We have the Queen of Cups, Seven of Wands, the Six of Cups, the Queen of Wands, Temperance, and the Six of Coins. So with two queens here, I did hear in my head, yes, queen, yes, queen. That's for someone specific. But yeah, there is a lot of cups energy and a lot of wands here. So your strengths definitely have to do with your emotions, your passion for life, and how you channel that into your creativity. It does feel like I'm getting a lot of creative energy here, and the Queen of Wands is certainly a confirmation that you have creative energies to be expressed, and that is one of your gifts to the world, is to share the things that you create. It feels like you, are a very artistic and creative person. And with the Seven of Wands here, this is confirmation again that you perhaps have been met with some resistance. Seven of Wands is a little bit of like having to fight a battle or stand your ground, and I feel that you have done that and you know how to do that now. And group 2, it's made you a really strong person, and this card is so beautiful. I get this feeling of like you deserve to be in the spotlight. You deserve to light up the world. You deserve to light up the stage for some of you. Perhaps you do perform music, or you need to get on stage or get out in the spotlight where people can see you. Maybe where they can hear your voice, your singing voice, or perhaps where you can just share your ideas. You're a very creative person, group 2. That's one of the gifts that you hold inside. And with Temperance here, again, this is just another confirmation that you have really worked hard to reach emotional stability. Spirit does want you to acknowledge how far you've come. If you see, the woman on this card is letting water flow back and forth between these two cups that she's holding, but she's not looking at the water and worried about whether it will spill. It feels like she's really achieved this balance, and this does represent you. And I think you know now that like you've liberated yourself from what others think and feel and say about you, and you know that you're the only one holding those cups and letting the water flow. No one else is going to control your emotions. You have a say about what you feel and what you allow. So that's really amazing. I feel like you have really tempered yourself. Obviously, the card is called Temperance, and some of this does feel like it has come with professional help. If you've sought out therapy of any kind to heal yourself, Spirit is really saying that was a great move. Or maybe it's something you need to do, but it feels like some sort of therapy is being kind of touched on here. Like, that's a really good decision. If you've gone to therapy, Spirit is really happy that you made that choice, because it allowed you to heal more deeply and temper these emotions and find peace within yourself. So with the Six of Coins here, Spirit is saying something about maybe in the recent past, or maybe very soon, you will be breaking through poverty mindset. Spirit wants to remind you that money is just a representation of the energy that flows between us and another person or another entity, and it's just a representation of energy flow. And I feel like you're starting to really grasp that concept, and you're going to be breaking through barriers towards money. Perhaps you'll find some sort of financial balance or be able to budget better, or you'll be able to allow in more abundance because you're not going to be so concerned about the loss of money. Rather, you're going to be thinking about how you deserve to have abundance and a lot of money just as much as anybody else. So let's get into your other cards here and see what else Spirit has to say. We have Nourish the Soul. Some of you need to drink more water. The Panther on this card is drinking water, and I just felt that right away. So stay hydrated. We've got Observe in Silence. We have You Were Born to Create. I don't even need to say anything about this. I already told you that you need to be creating. You feel like a very creative soul, so make sure you're creating as much as possible. And we've got Embrace Spirit. Group 2, I'm going to link a message back to our first card here. This Nourish the Soul card is urging me to link a message back to our first card. So in the way that you hold space and are non-judgmental of others, Spirit is urging you to always treat yourself that way as well. Make sure to release any judgment you have towards yourself. Be gentle with yourself. And also, I'm hearing with this creative energy that you have, don't judge your creations. Don't judge your creations before they've had the chance to fully take shape. I'm hearing just create and don't think too hard about it, and don't judge what you're creating as it's coming to you. Just let it emerge and take its own shape, and in time you will really see how beautiful it is. But make sure to hold that space for your own creations as much as you hold that space for other people and what they have to say. With the Observe in Silence card here, one of your strengths, Group 2, is to be able to pick people out pretty far in advance. I feel like you can sit in silence and just observe people and get a pretty good sense of who they are and what their motives are. It feels that people don't even really need to speak sometimes for you to get this sense of what's going on with them. You just observe their mannerisms, the way they walk, the way they move, and you can get a sense of who they are, which is a really amazing strength to have, because in this next season, I feel that you are going to be getting busier. More people are going to be approaching you and wanting to work with you, and the skill that you have of making observations about people is really going to serve you, because you'll be able to tell pretty quickly who you want to work with and who you don't want to work with. With the You Were Born to Create card, obviously we talked about this. Just get creative and don't judge your creations, and create as much as possible, because you are truly here to inspire the world. You are truly here to inspire them with the things you create. I just got this feeling that the things that you create may comment on society. Like, the things you create may be kind of parodies of what's going on in the world, or you may make people laugh with your art that's commenting on the state of the world. You may make people cry. You may give people a lot of epiphanies or bring them to these epiphany moments by creating art that comments a little bit on the state of the world. I feel like that's something that you have the power to do. And then with your final card being Embrace Spirit, the overall message here is that you are being backed by Spirit. Know that Spirit has been with you every step of the way. Spirit is really proud of all the progress that you've made, and I think this card says Embrace Spirit because maybe there were moments where you didn't want to embrace Spirit. And I'm only saying that because it feels like if you're a really different kind of soul and you're coming into the world and you have all this adversity against you, sometimes it feels like you can get frustrated at the world. Like, why is the world against me? Why am I not being supported? Why am I not just accepted for who I am? Why am I in this difficult situation? Why does it feel like I can't just be who I am? And I feel like there are moments where maybe that was a struggle. It was a struggle to believe that Spirit was in your corner, because there have probably been moments in your life where it was really, really hard. But Spirit wants you to know that they have been there every step of the way, and that these choices that you've made to set yourself free and embrace all the parts of yourself are completely worth it, and Spirit is really, really proud of you. So, group 2, that is everything I have for you. I loved your reading. If there's anything you'd like to share, please share down below in the comments. I would absolutely love it. And I hope you have a wonderful next chapter of life. You are absolutely amazing. We will see you again soon in another reading. Hi, Group 3. If you chose the Sunstone, this is your reading. I love Sunstone. It's one of my favorite stones. I wear it anytime I want to have an extra positive day, or I need to fortify my emotions and bring myself strength for the day and lighten any sort of emotional heaviness that has been following me. So I always highly recommend Sunstone if you just want to bring some new refreshing light into your life. And with the Sunstone leading the reading here, I immediately feel that group 3 has a huge heart chakra. It feels like your heart is just singing out at me right away. So a lot of love energy that I'm feeling right off the bat. We are going to move this Sunstone right up over here and see what your cards have to say about your strengths, group 3. So, your first card is Freya, the goddess of discernment. I spend my time wisely. I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. Starting off with a bang. We've got Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. I'm going to do my best with the names on these cards, you guys. We have Amaterasu, the goddess of light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. And we have Teresa of Avila, Our Lady of the Interior Life. I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. Wow. Group 3, the first thing I feel about where you're at is that, group 3 has really been working on self-care. Group 3 has really been setting boundaries. I mean, obviously with this Freya card here, I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. I am feeling that you are really, perhaps that's why you chose this reading, you are really trying to align with who you are, what you want, and say yes only when you really feel that passion in your soul. Like when you really feel it resonating with you, you say yes. I definitely feel like group 3 has been exercising their power of choice, saying yes and no, and exercising the power to choose what their day looks like, who they're spending time with, and how they're spending their time and energy, and also money, I'm hearing with this Lakshmi card. So group 3, that is amazing. I hope that your journey of self-care has been getting better and better for you. I hope that it's been a wonderful journey, and it really feels like you've been stepping into your power. So as far as your strengths, group 3, there are so many beautiful messages I feel already. First off, you are a magical manifester. Like, this group reminds me of the Magician card in tarot. It feels like you manifest things out of thin air. Like, if you think you want something, it appears maybe 2 to 3 weeks later. Like, it feels like the things you manifest come in really strongly for you. So you definitely have that power of manifestation. There's something about how you align your mental visualization of what you want with that inner feeling in your heart chakra, and you put the two together when you're daydreaming, and you just really exercise that power, and then the things that you want manifest very quickly. And I am hearing from Spirit that if you have been trying to manifest something bigger for a little while, maybe the past few months, I'm hearing maybe even the past 3 to 7 months, if there's something bigger that you've been trying to manifest, know that your manifestation powers are working. Spirit is trying to bring you little manifestations frequently to show you that your law of attraction power is really on and working, so you don't have to question if those bigger things are coming to you. They are coming, and they're trying to bring you small affirmations to show you that it's coming, but they're asking you to please be patient. So that was kind of a side message, but group 3, you are really powerful manifestors. Another strength that group 3 has, well, let's start with this, because I think this is one of the most beautiful strengths that you have, and I totally feel emotional about this, but group 3, I think one of your biggest strengths is that nobody had to teach you the language of spirit. You speak the language of the heart with that heart chakra feeling that I got before. You speak the language of spirit and symbolism and emotion, and you speak the language of the heart. And this is a language that does not have words. This is all like a feeling-based language that floats around in the air all around us, and it's super powerful. I get like a prophetic, like prophet sage energy from group 3, honestly. Like, you guys are very loving, very intuitive, manifesting, in tune with your heart chakra and your power of intuition. With this card here that says, I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. Group 3, you give people hope. You don't need to rely on facts to know that love is worth fighting for, that love is real, that you can continue hoping and trusting in your path, whether you have the confirmation or not. Like, you're being confirmed by spirit along your path, and you're helping. I hear that you help others, like you help shed light on other people's paths and help other people. And I just think it's beautiful because you're not always second guessing yourself with logic. Like, is this logical? Does this make sense? You're letting your heart lead the way, and it is so powerful. It is definitely like one of your greatest strengths, and I think that that's absolutely amazing, group 3, because you're bringing hope to the world, and you don't need someone to confirm it for you in a logical way. You know, and I feel that you've always known in your heart what is right, what is not right, what is worth fighting for. It feels that you may have been in tune to your purpose your whole life, maybe without even fully realizing that you were a healer, like throughout childhood and stuff, but you are, and you've always been doing it. So a lot of your strengths are things that lie within you that have always been there. I feel that you mirror other people, you reflect back behaviors and lessons to them. This reminds me of some videos I watched about different types of empaths that will reflect back certain behaviors and things to people to teach them about themselves and to teach them lessons. It feels that you are a teacher, group 3, so another strength you have is being able to adapt your energy and take whoever is in front of you and reflect back something that they need to see or something that they need to know. And it does feel that people have misused this in the past, and that's not surprising. Like, if group 3 is a group of empaths, I mean, all empaths have to learn that lesson one day or another, that they have this heart and they can feel other people's emotions, but you have to also learn how to set boundaries. But that's the cool thing, is once you are an empathic, emotional, loving person who is fighting for good in the world, and then you also learn how to wield your choice of setting boundaries and being a bit logical, when you have both of those at your disposal, like, nothing can stop you. So group 3, I think that, yeah, some of your biggest strengths are being in tune with your heart and knowing intuitively how to let yourself be led the right way in life. I feel that you just have this faith in the universe that is so powerful. It's one of your greatest strengths. Like, no matter what happens, you will keep believing up until the very end, up until everything is resolved, that things will be resolved. You just have such faith that things are going to be okay. And obviously, you know, we're still human. We all have questions in life, but I feel like that's one of your greatest strengths, is you're always on some deep level assured, because you, like, your higher self knows that everything is going to be okay, and that you and your gifts and everything you have to offer are part of a greater plan. So let's see what some of your other cards have to say. We have the 5 of Coins. We have some tarot here. We have the King of Wands. We have the Star, Judgment, and 8 of Swords. Okay, group 3. With the Star card here, I again get this feeling of like one of your greatest strengths is bringing hope to the world. Like, there's something about the way that you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you trust in the universe that brings hope to the world. I see that you don't just talk the talk, like you walk the walk. Again, this is not about the spoken language as much, it's more about action. You live out what you believe, and people watch and see how wonderful things come to you, how wonderful things are manifested in your life just by the way you do it. And I think it gives a lot of people hope. So this is like a huge strength that you have. And I'm also getting a little bit of energy here with the King of Wands, that you have creative energies about you that are a strength of yours. I'm also just getting some energy here that you can trust in romantic love for yourself. Like, trust that you're going to manifest the right thing. Trust that that's coming. That's a bit of a side message. But yeah, again, with this 5 of Coins here and this 8 of Swords, I can see these moments where people took advantage of the heart you have, the light that you shine out. There's something about like being trapped in beliefs about yourself because certain beliefs have been like planted in you. But I see you working lately to use self-care and boundaries to uproot those negative beliefs and step into your full power, which you should absolutely do because you're a light in this world. Let's see. Yeah, with the Judgment card here, another strength that is yours, group 3, is, like we said before, shining the light for other people. And I almost feel that you show them their path. You help get people onto their higher path, or help them see more clearly who they are. Again, with this Mirror card and Judgment, it feels that you reflect back qualities and lessons that get people on the right track or help them align with who they are. It's like you're a catalyst. It's like you are providing a wake-up call for people, bringing them hope and helping them align themselves to their path. It's kind of what it feels like. I mean, I don't know, maybe you do some sort of life coaching, or just by the nature of you existing as you are, you trigger people to be better versions of themselves. That's pretty amazing. These strengths are really special. So we're going to get into these cards now and see what Spirit has to say for you specifically about your strengths. We have Know You Belong. That's really sweet. We have Know Your Power. Spirit really wants you to know some things. We have Be Patient. We said that before. Be patient for the things you are trying to manifest and let them manifest in due time. I feel that your bigger manifestations are coming, but you just have to be patient. We have Seek Your Answers Within. And we have With Love and Kindness, closing out your reading. Isn't that amazing? Wow, group 3. You know, you are very powerful beings. Your heart will lead you through your life. I'm being drawn again to this card, how her heart is a lotus flower blooming and shining a light out. Group 3, I think you are going to be very abundant, especially coming up very soon in your life, because you are really reopening that heart chakra and letting it lead the way, and that will get you through so much. It already has. I feel that whatever you've struggled with, as long as you can set boundaries with all this love you have to give and you know how and when to apply it, you will be just fine. You will get along just fine. And I'm hearing that you really have taken time to look within. You have sought out a lot of answers within yourself and worked through some of this mental and emotional difficulty, and you can trust that all the hard work that you've put in is going to serve you. And you're a lot stronger now. I'm hearing from Spirit, like, don't worry as much about being taken advantage of. I mean, it's something we all have to look out for, especially if we're empathic and stuff like that. But Spirit wants you to know that you're safe and that you really can take care of yourself. Like, if you're doubting that at all, or if you're nervous, or if you've been on your own for a while, Spirit wants you to know that they're there with you. They're trying to show you confirmations in your everyday life. I am seeing that you see angel numbers. A couple big ones that I'm seeing right away in my mind here are 333 and 444. So maybe also, like 1111 or 888. So they're trying to confirm that they're there for you with angel numbers and letting some of your smaller manifestations come to you right away to show you that you're safe, you're okay, and that your power is working for you, and it's like full steam ahead now. With the Know You Belong card, Group 3, you're very powerful. I do feel that prophet energy, and sometimes it feels like you're ahead of your time, or maybe ahead of people your age. So Spirit is trying to affirm for you, you do belong here. Oh, I feel so emotional as I'm saying this. You do belong here. You came here at this time for a very special cause. You know that deep down. So if you've had repeated situations of feeling like almost like an alien here, or like a foreigner, like a traveler, like you're just passing through in this life on earth, like, just remember that you have a special task and a special purpose, and you are going to execute it. Spirit is supporting you, and you belong here. No matter how different you may feel, no matter how different your role may seem, you belong in that role here now to guide people. Sometimes it's the people that feel the most different that are supposed to create the newest pathways for the rest of us. They're supposed to carve out and show people the way to go. I'm almost getting an image of a lighthouse, like how lighthouses kind of beam the light out and show the ship where the shore is. It feels like, everyone can see a lighthouse from miles away. It really sticks out, and if you've never seen it, you're like, what is that? What is that thing over there? But it sticks out for a reason, because it has a purpose to serve. So you do belong here. You absolutely belong here, and you are really tapping into your power, and Spirit is so excited for you. They're so proud of you, and they want you to know that even with all of your gentleness and this access to the language of love and this heart chakra energy, that you are extremely powerful, and you're someone to be respected. So I feel that that message actually will develop a little bit over time here for you, Group 3. I feel like there are some aspects of that Spirit does not want to tell you right now, because you are meant to be patient and wait and see how in this next season for you, your power becomes stronger and stronger. Anytime that you have a question, Spirit is asking you to seek answers within. You do have that sage energy, and you have this ability to reflect inward and outward and reflect on your experiences and other people's experiences and gain so much knowledge from that. So you are a very intuitive person who also reflects on life quite a bit, and you soak in a lot of information. That's another strength that you have. And obviously, with this closing, you're reading the Love and Kindness card. One of your greatest strengths is being a loving and kind person who trusts that love is the way, love will prevail, and that love will carry you through life. So group 3, that is all I have for you. Absolutely amazing, wonderful. I loved this reading. I really loved this reading. Yeah, if you enjoyed this or if any of it resonated with you, please share down in the comments below. I would love to hear about it. I would love to see that. And if you liked this reading, just feel free to like this video and share it if you think there's anyone that might benefit from it as well. I hope you have a wonderful journey going forward, Group 3, and we'll see you again soon in another reading.